Hey guys, we are back with more of my favorite games that aren't quite my favorite games. So the 100 Beyond the 100, part 3. I'm Jason, and with me is...
I'm Katie.
And I'm going to tell you what the games are. Katie's going to interject with color commentary, her thoughts on the game, if she's played the game. Because a lot of these I don't know if she's played, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So we're going to start with number 170, and we're going to go through 156 in this video. And number 170 is a small card game from AEG called Valley of the Kings. This is the last rights version. It doesn't matter. They're all essentially the same, but this is the one I have. So in this game, what you're doing is you're deck building. So you're doing that through a really cool pyramid. You're going to lay the cards out on the table in a pyramid. And you're only able to draft from the bottom of said pyramid unless you have other cards that let you break that rule. The trick here is as quick as you're building your deck, you're also tombing cards from your deck to score points. So you're buying cards, you're killing the cards essentially to score points. You're trying to get sets of different colors and all that. So I'm not sure if you played this one or not. I thought we played it once.
I thought we did too. Like, it sounds familiar, but I don't.
Yeah. You might have. I was playing it with Brandon a bunch of times,
but I don't remember it. But I felt like we did because I do really love deck builders.
This is a good one.
But maybe we've just never gotten around to it.
Yeah, it's super good. I played it solo a lot too because you can play solo, and it's a really fun solo game. Kind of tricky, but it's a good time. So yeah, so Katie can't remember she played it, so we'll just sit in this one. 170, Valley of the Kings. Insert flavor here. All right, so now we're at 169, which is one better than 170 according to the superfluous list that I made up. And
or according to numbers.
Or according to numbers, yes.
Numerical order says
so
that 169 is one better than 170.
Correct. Math. Yes. So it is Dragon's Gate College from NSKN, which is now Board and Dice. They do Teotihuacan, Trismegistus, which is awesome.
That will not be in this 100.
Yeah, that will not be in this 100. It might be in the other one. So what this game is you're essentially Harry Potter. It's Harry Potter.
Without they couldn't afford the IP.
Yeah, without the IP. You're trying to train up students to go on these like different types of quests. You're trying to recruit teachers to work in your school. You're trying to get more students to come to your school. You're trying to build different rooms in your school to give you special abilities in your school. So yeah, there's lots of tracks, lots of stuff. And all that is done through dice drafting. Everybody has their own colors. There's a few neutral ones. You can use other people's dice and all of that. So we've both played this, so you can talk about this one.
Yeah, I think I actually talked about this on the podcast once when you weren't on.
Oh, yeah, the one that I edited for like 5 hours. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, as this being one of my most disappointing games ever, because I wanted, like, it has dice drafting. It has this, like, background kind of Hogwarts setting. It has tracks. I mean, it has everything that I generally love, and it just wasn't what I wanted. And I think some of it is the production quality is not so hot, which...
Well, that's NSKN. Like, they like to use the drab, this color. They like this
tan.
color, yeah. But I think if you played it again, now that I have some rules clarification...
Well, and we had played it, we had gotten it right at the... we backed on Kickstarter, I think.
Or pre-ordered it. I don't know if we pre-ordered it from Miniature Market, I think.
Yeah, so it was really early, and there have been some rule changes and stuff since then. So I would definitely give this a go because it has, like, all the basic ingredients of a game that I really love, and I want to love it. I want to love it. So I would give it another shot.
Yeah, so this game should be called Harry Potter, the board game. But
no, it's not Harry Potter. It's like just like Hogwarts.
Hogwarts, the board game.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you do in Harry Potter, but with generic.
You're
fantasy.
like training different students in different types of magic and sending them out to different towns. You're going through almost like a maze, like the Triwizard
Chamber of Secrets
maze. Oh yeah, the Chamber of Secrets. That's what it is. Yeah.
There's a house elf. His name may or may not be Dobby. It's not, but
it's not.
It is.
I actually have considered like getting a magazine or something. I'm not really good at that, but doing like a paste up of this and make it actually Harry Potter themed because it would be really cool and it would be fun. But I mean, as it is, it's not a bad little game. I'd want something a little more complex, I think, than what it was. So I would definitely give it another chance. And I think if you're looking for a lighter game than what I really was, then this is a good game.
So 169, Dragon's Gate College. Next in the list in numerical order, because that's how numbers work, we just went over that, is number 168, and it is from Queen Games, and it's called Neptune. I'm assuming it's Neptune and it just doesn't have an E, so I'm assuming it's another language version of Neptune.
Yeah.
So in this game, it's kind of a programming game and card drafting at the same time. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to move your little boat around the map island. I think it's Greece.
It's the Mediterranean. Yeah. It's trading in the Mediterranean. Right. It's pretty classic for us.
You're doing that through. You're going to draft some cards, which are going to be how far you can move, where you're trying to go, and what you're trying to deliver.
Yeah.
You have 5 locations on this little board in front of you, and you're trying to program in order so you can deliver in the order that you say you're going to deliver.
Right.
So that is tricky.
It is.
Because sometimes you get boned by the cards that come up, and it's tricky. But yeah, that's Neptune. Katie's, I think, played this one.
I think I have played it once. And honestly, I think the reason why we haven't played it more often is it's 3-player minimum. Yeah. And for us, like, especially something kind of dry and Euro-y trading in the Mediterranean, we like to play those games at 2, and since this doesn't lend to that, we don't play it as much.
This one actually doesn't look as dry, though. That board doesn't look as boring.
Well, it's still moving.
Oh, it's got some blue
goods around. Yeah, it's called the sea.
It has blue. Yeah, it's good.
But it's not. It's different because it's pick up and deliver, but done in a really interesting way with the card play. And so I think that's what's really cool about it. And if it were able to be, there might be a 2-player variant out there. I haven't even looked. But
probably, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be enough.
There's probably a dummy
It wouldn't be
player.
enough fun for the cards because that's kind of part of the fun.
So if it could play it too, I think we would play this more. We'd probably try it, yeah. But yeah, it's different. A different way.
And it was like $5.
Yeah,
because Queen likes to discount their games, and it was $5.
It was one of our great deals, and of course we want to own all the Queen games for some reason.
Yeah. So even if it's just okay, it was $5.
It was $5.
So that's number 168, Neptune. So next up is a game that is not in our collection and that Katie hasn't played, and it is called Cavern Tavern, number 167. If I didn't say that, it'll be down at the bottom around here. So this is in the same line as Robin Hood. I don't know what the subtitle of that is. And
Miss Merry Men?
Yes. And Rise of Nobility. It's the same art. Yeah, they go together kind of.
Okay, I was like, I don't see how those match at all.
So
but okay.
What you're trying to do in this is you're running a tavern. You're trying to fulfill people who come into your tavern's orders with certain types of drinks. You're trying to use some dice placement to take some other kinds of actions to be able to manipulate things. All the while keeping Cranky, the cavern owner, happy. Because he will come in and he'll slap you around and he'll make you lose points. He'll mess over all your drinks.
Is he like Sandra?
Kinda. He's almost worse than Sandra.
Tavern
he's
Sandra.
Awful. Yeah, so this is essentially a resource management set collection dice placement game. Plays in super quickly, and I enjoy it.
Why have I not played this?
I played it with Chris when you were doing something else.
Yeah. I mean, but you don't like it enough to own it?
It was a little mean. That Cranky thing is a little mean.
Oh, yeah. But you don't like mine when you're mean to other people. When
other people can trigger that.
Oh, okay.
Not always, but sometimes. And I was like, it's a little mean. It was still fun, but I'd rather play something else that's not as mean.
I feel like I would like it.
Yeah, it's fun. You'd probably like it. You probably would like it. So that's 167.
Right.
Cavern Tavern. Next up is 166, and it is a game from Cobblestone Games called The Axe. So this is a Christian-themed game following the early disciples around during the Acts period, where they're growing churches and doing all that good stuff, performing miracles. Yeah. So what you're doing in this, it's a worker placement game, kind of, but you have like 20 workers or something, and you're trying to move those workers from where you're starting, which I can't remember which city it is, probably Jerusalem.
Yeah, because they get persecuted.
Yeah, you're starting from the starting town, and you're trying to spread out and build churches
through the Roman Empire.
Right, build churches, preach the word, clean out some sin,
perform miracles,
make more disciples, all of that, and you're doing that by this cool worker placement battle, which is interesting, and I haven't seen it in any other game besides this one. It's a nice little twist. So we both played this one. We did a video for it, actually. I did. We played it.
Oh, I was like, I don't know if I remember the video.
You didn't do the video. I did.
Well, when we actually played this on the prototype, and because I was looking at this, I'm like, I don't remember. There's some really neat components in here, but I hadn't seen the final version, and so it's been a while since we played it. But what's nice about it is we like it obviously because of the biblical theme, and we have roots in that.
Right.
But the gameplay is interesting enough that it doesn't matter if that's not something that you're really familiar with, or something that's like, oh yeah, I have to have a biblically themed game.
Right. And if you're not a Christian, it could just be a religion like Greek gods or whatever. It shouldn't turn you off. It's just a religious game.
Right. Knowing that has nothing to do with it. You've got cards that tell you different things, and it's
historical
movement, and
that way, yeah.
It definitely has enough mechanics that that you don't have to be in love with the theme in order for it to carry the game.
Right, I agree.
And actually, in looking at the components, I'm like, why haven't we played this again with like these really nice components? And there's a couple like mini expansions that I think would make it even more interesting. Like persecution, like there's a player power one because you get different like spiritual gifts because this is after Pentecost happens.
Right.
And there is, I think, a lack of good biblically themed games out there, and
I agree.
This is definitely one of the better ones. It's not Bible-opoly.
Yeah, and this company's done. They don't only do religious games, but they've done Builders of Blankenburg, this one, and I think maybe an expansion to Builders of Blankenburg. So they make good games. They're just super small, so they don't get a ton of traction. But number 166, The X.
The X.
Next up is a kids game. Not really. It's a Disney themed game. 165, and that is Villainous. This game, everybody's played this game. It was all the rage.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was happening when it came out.
For sure.
This is from Prospero Hall. He does, well, that group.
Whoever,
we don't know who
is Prospero Hall.
Is. They do so many games, and they're not, like, they're good games. They're mass market games, but they're good games.
Right.
So in this is a card game, kind of, but you're using these little cool figures of the people that you are, Disney characters. Katie will talk more about it. I'm just going to tell you what you do. You're going to move it on your board. You're going to take actions on your board, and you're trying to be the first person to meet your victory condition. Every player has a different victory condition, which is kind of cool. So you're playing 3 or 4 asymmetric games at the same time. So it's really fun. Good time. It goes on a little too long for my liking, which is why we don't play it more, but still fun. So Katie can fill in with the flavor that I didn't talk about.
Right. So part of the reason why I love it, obviously, is I love Disney. And I love villains. Like, I love the Disney villains. It's like kills our daughter's hearts because I'm so into them. So one of the coolest components in this game,
Ursula,
are your little player people. Like, this is Ursula.
I don't think I've ever played with Ursula.
Oh, she's dope.
She's dope.
Where's my favorite?
I thought Ursula was your favorite. Oh, no.
No.
Maleficent, I forgot.
Maleficent
Ursula's cool.
is my favorite.
And you can always tell who they are. Like, Ursula has the octopus bottom. Maleficent has her famous horns. So, like, these are just your player pieces, but you're also using them when you're doing your action selection on your cards. And what's great about this game is it is a mass market game, and you find it at Target, and it's Disney themed. And so I think a lot of people bought that as like a gateway game, and it's not. It is not. It's definitely not.
That's what I would say. And I think it wouldn't be as long if we played it again with people who have played it before.
I would agree.
Because the hardest part is learning how each person, each character, like their win conditions and how their cards work. Because you've got your own deck of your actions, and then you've got like the hero deck, or I forget what it's called.
Hero deck.
It's hero deck?
Because you're playing as a villain, so the heroes are the bad guys.
So the hero deck that can be played on you by your opponents. And so kind of that...
Fate deck.
Fate deck.
Yeah, it has
I was like,
heroes in
no,
it.
it's not hero. It has heroes in it. So you're not only like playing your own cards to get to your specific victory win condition, which is different for each one. You're also watching the others' win conditions and seeing when you need to play fate cards
getting close.
On them.
You slap them around.
And so, like, it's really cool, and I wish we had some of the other ones. Jason won't invest the money in them.
Yzma.
Yeah, Yzma, I love her. I mean, they started off with my favorite villain, Maleficent, but I do love Yzma. She's a tight second.
Yeah.
And Madame Mim, but they don't think they've made her, but I love her. So what's great about this game is that I think it's something that I love, like that Disney theme, but it's also not light, like a lame IP. It is a challenging game because there is that delicate balance between going after my own stuff and taking care of other people. Now, there are people that will say, well, it's too much
Take that.
chance.
Yeah.
Because whatever comes out the deck, if win conditions, certain things, I feel like it's not. It's never an automatic.
Yeah, because you can take actions and just discard cards. So you just burn through your deck.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not, and then even if something comes up early, that you might need, you still got to get it to where it needs to go. And like there are other things that are dependent on that. It's not just, oh, when this one card comes out, I win.
I will say that some of them do seem easier to do. Like Prince John is just get power. That one seems easier to do than the Queen, which is get all your wickets out, shoot a shot through all the wickets when they're standing upright. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And I don't
some
know,
of them are more complicated.
I don't know
than
that
others.
I don't know that it's necessarily easier, but they are more straightforward.
Yeah, right. It feels like, oh, I'm just collecting stuff. Okay.
And so my problem is like Maleficent, who I always want to play, is very straightforward. She's got to get these 3 curses out.
Right.
And not have any heroes or whatever. But her fate cards can get rid of those really quickly. And then I don't want to give that to a new person to play because I want to play Maleficent.
I don't think I've ever played Maleficent.
Right, because I always play
I've only played Captain Hook.
Jafar?
I haven't played Jafar. I played Captain Hook. I played the Queen twice. And I've played Prince John a couple times, actually.
And so there are some where it's like, if you are introducing these people, they should play Maleficent and Prince John.
Right,
with the straightforward kind of thing. And then people who have played it before can play the ones where it's like, get this character here and
some
get
space
this.
is locked, and you have to unlock them through card play and all that.
Right. But I think with the variety of characters they have out there, that this game has a lot of replayability and a lot of like higher gamer quality to it than a lot of other IP games. And so that's why I really like it and wish we played it more. But
so that is 165 Villainous. So next up is a game from Dr. Rainer Knizia. Mm-hmm. He's done like a bajillion games, and this is one of them. And that's number 164. And it's Hollywood Blockbuster, also known as Trom Fabric. There's another one, Dream Factory. It's had a whole bunch of names, but it's all the same thing. So what you're doing in this is you are bidding. So you're kind of bidding for these movie pieces. You're trying to buy directors. You're trying to hire actors.
Right.
Trying to get set pieces, or not set pieces, special effects, sound, and maybe a guest star. So you're going to go around a certain amount of times through this board, and you're trying to complete movies. You're trying to get the most points on your movies to score these trophies, which are going to be in-game points. Or you're trying to have the worst movie to get the worst trophy.
Yeah.
So that's it. And I know Katie really loves it, so I'll let her talk about it somewhere.
I hate this game. It's stupid.
Hate is a strong word.
I never want to play it.
Why? It's fun.
Because it's why I hate that Gizmos game. You can just go and slap together a piece of trash movie and get these like statues, and then it's over. And I'm like, I was working hard to like get the best actors, get the best stuff, make everything line up, and now you got these crappy movies. I almost said you almost had to rate like explicit this video.
Nasty boy.
That's how much I hate this game because it makes it not fun. What should be fun
is fun.
No, what a theme that I would love. I love movies. I've worked in video stores my whole life. My dad managed a video store as a child. I love movies. This game is all the worst things about me. I don't even get to enjoy it. I don't get to enjoy the movie experience, and because this game rushes you through it and makes it terrible.
You're so wrong.
What? I can't understand.
I don't know. I like it. I like the making the movie and being dumb about it. I give you that it's not a great game. I give you that. But I enjoy playing
I don't even know how it got to be at 164.
Because it passed up other things. I like it.
There's no way this is better than Villainous.
I would rather play this over Villainous. That's why it's one higher.
I understand how numbers work. We already established that.
So moving on from this one, which is 164. That's Hollywood Blockbuster. Next up is one better than Hollywood Blockbuster.
Doesn't take much.
And it is 163, and it is Antarctica. So this is another one Katie hasn't played. It's from some
why? It's
Argentum Verlag,
yeah.
Which they did a game, I think that was on the podcast last episode, Yunnan. They do a bunch of cool like Euro games that get no love really because they're from a company that no one knows. But what you're trying to do in this is you are a couple research boats.
In Antarctica,
and you're trying to move around the different locations and set up different kinds of buildings. So you're trying to go to different locations to maybe set up a research lab. You're going to put I forget the names of the terms, but there's like 3 different cardboard buildings and a few different wooden buildings that you can build. You're trying to, and you're going to get points for area majority in each of these areas if you have more scientists there than other people. And you're just trying to be more efficient at your research than everybody else.
Maybe that's why I never put it, because I don't like area majority.
It's kind of area majority, but it's nice. It's a nicer area majority. So it's super Euro-y. The last time I played it, I think the scores were like, just say arbitrary numbers, like 20, 19, 18, 17. Like, it was really close.
So you couldn't say, the scores were really close instead of making up numbers?
Yeah, or I could have, but I didn't. So yeah, I've played this a couple times. I played it solo, two-handed, two times.
Oh, okay.
No, I always just play stuff two-handed. So, yeah, this is Antarctica. If you can find it, it's pretty cheap if you want a cool Euro that's interesting and different.
A unique theme, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So that's number 163, Antarctica. Next up is an abstract game, which I love. Just kidding. But this is number 162, and it is Azul.
We don't own it.
We do not own this, but we have played it.
Yes.
And Katie's played it.
I have.
So what you're doing in this, everybody knows what Azul is. If you're watching this channel, you probably know what Azul is.
I would think so.
So what you're doing is you're trying to draft these different colored tiles, and you're trying to make a display on your board in a certain pattern. The trick here is you can only play one row at a time, and you can only put one tile from that row onto your table,
right,
and everything else gets discarded back into the box. So you're trying to take tiles that you need, that you can use, but you're also trying not to take tiles that you don't need because you'll break them. They'll be worth negative points, and it's just crazy. Yeah, so you've played this one. I don't think you dug it that much.
I don't, because it's abstract, and I don't like abstract games.
And the scoring is awful.
And the scoring is heinous, and I don't like math. Now, my sister, who's an accountant, she really enjoys this game, and I actually bought it for her because... Did I buy it for her?
No, it was from the Game Exchange.
Oh, but she got it. I made sure she got it, because I thought she would like it. Right. Because if you are that kind of person, you like methodical things, you like that kind of level of organization, you know, that kind of mathiness doesn't bother you, then it is a great game. And it is really pretty. I mean, it's really pretty. But I just would like a theme. I mean, I think there's a Pace It On one.
It has a theme. You're doing stuff with tiles.
No,
maybe you're tiling a bathroom.
I like Sagrada better.
Tiling a bathroom,
which has a slight theme to it.
The theme is blue because it's called Azul, even though only like 2 tiles are blue.
Yeah, there's like an orange and I don't know. So it's not a bad game. It's just not my cup of tea, but it is nice for people that aren't gamers. Like, this is easy for them, the abstract concept of tiling. Some people do really like that, and this is up their alley because there's not like a lot of symbology. There's not like a bunch of cards. It's just this, pick these tiles, put them in your board kind of thing. And there's challenge in that too, but it's just not a personal favorite of mine. But I will play it if I'm forced to.
Right. Yeah, we probably won't, but
that's why we don't own it.
Right. Number 162.
Azul.
So next up is 161 that Katie just said.
161.
And this is the sequel to King of Tokyo, King of New York. I've actually never played King of Tokyo because that seems way too simple. This one has a little more meat to it. So this is a Yahtzee style game. You're taking some dice, you're rolling them. You have a big beastie that's pretty irrelevant. It's just showing you who you are.
But it's fun.
And you're trying to crush, in this one you're trying to crush some buildings, maybe crush some military, to score stars, which are points, hearts, which are your life, and lightning bolts, which are going to let you buy cards. And you're also trying to attack other monsters, because if you can get them from 20 life down to 0, they're out of the game. The point of this game is to hit 20 stars, or knock everybody out except yourself in life. Katie has played this game a lot. We've played this game a lot. Katie likes to be this guy.
This is my guy. He's Kong, and like, I don't know why I feel an affinity to him. I really should like go with like the Godzilla character, because like Gojira is like from my people, but I just gotta be Kong because he's
cool looking.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's like Cyber Kong.
Yeah, he is.
Or he has like technology,
like a DJ.
Yeah,
or something.
Daft Punk Kong.
Daft Punk Kong, right? We have played this game a lot because it is a really great gateway game for people to get people into a different kind. If they have played Yahtzee,
which I'm sure they have.
Right. Or there are a bunch of other like little dice rolling games. What's that one that people just carry on dice and you
Tenzi or something like that.
Yeah, there's several games that are dice based, and so that's a really easy jumping off point for people. And so this just adds a board to it, and then your little tracker. So it's up at a little level, but it really doesn't take that much. No. And so it can be mean.
A little bit, but I mean, you're big monsters. What do you expect?
Thematically, it works, and it's really hard to like just target and pound on somebody. You're hitting all people. You're making some decisions that may affect yourself because you're rolling dice and choosing what you keep, what you re-roll.
And you're at the mercy of the dice, so you may roll and never hit anybody.
Right. So that luck factor kind of helps even the playing field with experienced gamers and non-experienced gamers. Right. It's like a fun theme, like your monsters trashing New York. There's the dice chucking stuff that people just seem to love.
There's a card you can get that if you roll certain things, you automatically win the game. It's awesome.
It's stupid. He always goes for that card? Has he ever won this game?
I have won the game before.
Really? Like one time?
It doesn't matter. I've won it. Don't take this from me. Let's play it live.
Stop. How dare you bring that up? How dare you? King is a great game, and I win it a lot.
It is a good game. It's so good that it's number 161 on this list.
Good game. King New York.
Next up is number 160, and it's a game from Cosmos about pulling things out of a bag, and I love it. Called Mercado, however you say it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't let the ugly cover art fool you.
The cover is awful. Actually, the game art is pretty
bad. The game art is not great. It's not.
Yeah, so what you're trying to do in this, it has like reminiscence of like Quacks, sort of. So you're pulling these chips, these little tokens out of a bag.
I don't know if you can see
they're wooden chits, kind of. And they're representing of different kinds of coins. Right. So there's gold coins, copper coins, silver coins, a black coin, which is counterfeit, and I think there's a blue one.
Yeah, what's the teal coin supposed to be?
Whatever.
Turquoise?
Yeah, I think so.
That's not a coin, though.
Whatever. You're trying to use these coins, or turquoise stones, to buy these different types of things on the table. So it's like jewelry or artifacts or something. Yeah. And when you buy these tiles, it's going to give you different amount of points, which is going to let you go around this point tracker. And the goal of the game is to try to be the first person to hit the finish line. So in true Rudiger Dorn fashion, he likes to do games where everybody's racing to get the end before everybody else. So it's pulling out of a bag, so I automatically love it. And then I'll let Katie tell you.
Yeah, I really like this game also because it's like contract fulfillment in a way. Because it's
auctioning and bidding kind of. I didn't talk about that.
Yeah, because you're pulling out of the bag, and there's all these items laid out for you to take your currency, whether it is
on your color side. Everybody has their own color of the tile. Sorry, go ahead.
You want to keep explaining it? Are you sure?
I'm done.
So you get this currency from the bag, and then you decide where you're going to spend it. So you might not always have enough to complete whatever it needs for you to buy the price of it. So you can say, well, I think I can get this, set of gold goblets. So I'm going to put, 2 of my currency on there that I've got to match it and hope that it comes out. Like I'll be able to get it later. This also has been like a really good gateway tip game, which Quacks is also.
People love pulling that stuff out of the bag.
Yeah, it's the chance. That chance evens playing field between gamers and non-gamers. You're just matching colors on a box to colors in your hand that feel even. I think the tactileness of feeling these discs is nice for people. It's not abstract currency. Right. You can clearly see it.
It could be metal coins if it had higher quality.
It could be, but I actually think the colors are really pretty.
Yeah, I agree.
They're like shiny, even like kind of I don't want to say sparkly, but a little bit. And so it's like, yes, while the art isn't fantastic, it still hits a lot of nice points for people to be intrigued by it and to come be interested in it. And so I think it's done really well for us to get non-gamers to play games.
And it plays in 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's super quick.
So yeah, you're not going to waste 5 hours of your day playing this game.
Right. I think we played it like back to back a couple times.
Oh yeah,
because it was just fun and quick, and it was a good game.
We played this all over too. So people, we went to BGM Con, played it there.
Yeah.
We played it here multiple times. I think we might have played it. I've taken it to church camp. I don't know if we played it. But
I thought we did at least once.
Maybe we. Yeah, we played it with Athena and Keener, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So it's good.
Very good game. So that's number 160, Mercado. Next is another game from Rudiger Dorn, which I think was in my top 100 last year, but might have fallen just because we don't play it a ton.
Oh, it's like, why did it fall?
I love this game. We just don't play it a lot, so other things passed it up. And it's Istanbul. Istanbul is fantastic. And this is the Mocha and Baksheesh one, which we haven't played yet, which may make it go up higher.
That's true. I got that for you for Christmas or something.
Yeah, we still haven't played it. So in this one, what you're doing is you are a merchant. Everybody's the same merchant, just different colors.
That's fine.
And now everybody in this game is a guy.
Everyone. Everyone on the box cover. Everyone on every stinking card. I mean, really.
Hopefully not more about that later. But what
Thanks.
you're doing in this is you're taking your little guy and you're like a stack of 4 or 5 discs. And you have to move your guy, and every time you move him, you have to leave a piece behind, like a trail kind of.
Yeah.
Wherever you end, as long as you have a disc to leave behind, you can take the action of the space. What you're trying to do is you're trying to buy different things, get resources, maybe build your wheelbarrow bigger so you can complete gems.
It's basically a race to get...
A race to get 5 gems.
5 gems.
Well, depending on the number of players, it's 5 or
guess
6 or 4 or 5, one of those two.
I know.
You're trying to
That's that
get a
number.
certain amount of gems based on the number of players.
Great.
And that's it. You're moving around, collecting stuff, getting cards, doing things, getting your idiot cousin out of jail to go send him to do stuff so he can get busted and put back in jail
Right.
again.
But let's see help for
Yeah.
a little bit.
So this game is fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot, and now I'll let Kitty tell you what she thinks.
Yeah, it's nice because there's multiple paths to victory.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, are you I'm gonna collect all of one good, or one of all different types of goods, or I'm gonna get a bunch of money, or, there's all different ways to go about it. And so I think that really makes it open for people to feel like they can go ahead and play this game however they want and not feel pressured like they're missing out on strategy, because you really can do lots of different things. It's just racing to get these 5 gems or 6 gems or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the hardest part, I think, and we played this with people that really aren't super into games, it's explaining like the leaving behind and how you go back and pick them up.
The movement is tricky. It's tricky.
But again, we've played the dice version of this, and I just don't think it's as good as actually that board, moving things around. There's something great about picking up the gems, the way that you are able to keep track of how many of each good you have. Like, it's just compact. It's already like small and practical.
Right.
It's just really great. And I'm interested to try the expansion, and the expansion that Jason went on and on and on about how he wanted to have so bad, and then I bought it for him for Christmas, and it is almost Christmas again and we still haven't played it.
You're making the too.
I'm sorry. I'm emphatic about this point that we don't play these games that he really wants.
That's true. We will play it eventually.
But it is really good, and I think it's kind of a next level game.
Yeah.
Like, just it's not super simple, but it's not really hard. And so this is a nice game, I think, for us to, with our friends that we played several times, to bring this out and kind of just introduce them to like another episode.
You could play Mercado, and then you could play this game.
Right, for
'Cause
sure.
You'd have you'd understand games a little bit more. You have to explain the movement, and then you'd be on your way.
Yeah, but it's great. Minimal player interaction, but there still is a little bit.
A little bit.
So there's that kind of fun thing where like you get to interact, and there's like, oh, I pay you a coin if I land on the same spot as you, but nothing like super mean. So it kind of fulfills that need sometimes that people have to interact with their players, but it's not.
And you can arrest other people's idiot cousins too.
Right. So it's not super demoralizing when you do it. So I think that's what makes it light and fun. And
I agree.
Good. So
that's 159, I think. Yep, 159, Istanbul.
not Constantinople.
Next up is another deck building game. I think we've talked about some of those. We started
We
with one.
We started with
Right.
one.
And that is number 158, and it is Fantastica. And I think Fantastica is, get ready for it, fantastic. So what you're doing in this is you're a kid and you're having a dream. And in your dream, you are fighting dragons with a toothbrush that you're saying is like a magic wand. Or you're fighting trolls with...
Are you sure it's a dream?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was just like imagination.
Either way, you're
So, like,
you're pretending or you're dreaming, one of the two.
It's different because like it's like rucksack. So like
Oh, I guess
you
that's
take your
true.
backpack, and so
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
pretend to like go out and like fight
So you have your
dragons and save
toothbrush,
things.
which is a magic wand, and yeah.
Theme killer.
Yeah. So what you're trying to do essentially is, I'll just talk about the mechanics. Then you can go to the theme. I'll stay on my lane. How about that?
You do what you do best, and you let me take care of the theme.
So everybody has the same starting hand, just like every other deck builder. And what you're trying to do is you have a pawn on this board, and you're trying to go to different types of landscapes, and you're trying to fight monsters that are in between on the roads from one landscape to another, and you're trying to earn different rewards from these monsters that are going to let you complete quests. So you may need to be in a certain landscape, which I can't remember. So we'll say the Highlands, because I'm looking at one right there.
Yeah.
So you may need to be in the Highlands with two chicken legs or 2 bats that you defeated a couple trolls. If you can meet that criteria, then you complete this quest. And the point of this game is to have the most points based on quest points, depending on how long of a game you want to play. So, like if you wanted to play a short game, you need to get to 10 little quest cut points before someone else. So again, another race game that you're trying to do things better than your opponents in a quicker way.
And there's like neat little gems that you get as rewards that you
true.
can spend. There's these awesome chunky meeple guys. Like there's a griffin. I think this is a tower.
They signify actions you can take on the board.
This is the cup.
Yeah, so you can get quests at that space, you can get animal cards at that place, and you can get artifacts when you go visit the tower.
I am a sucker again for shaped meeples, and like the tactile feel of them is so great.
And here are the gems. The colors don't mean anything unless you get into some of the expansions, which we have a whole pile of.
We do. And I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about this game. I don't even know how we stumbled upon it.
Rado.
Oh, it was Rado?
Rado played a video.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. And, you know, we're nothing if not Rado fanboys.
Yeah, Rado plays the games that I like to play.
He did. He's gotten, ever since he came back to America, he's been playing some games I'm not too sure about.
When he was in Malta, he was playing awesome games. And now it's like, what are you doing?
I know, we were planning like our vacation to go see Rado because he's playing good against Malta. But this game, we did play a lot when we first got it, especially. And it kind of helped me see that I really do like deck builders. And I like the theme that it's like that fanciful, like as a kid, I was an uber nerd even then. And it combines that child, like, okay, you have a bucket and you're using your bat or umbrella as a sword and you're using your toothbrush as a magic wand. Like, it's...
And your dog's digging up gems, too.
And your dog, you got a dog. Like, it's just sweet.
It really is.
It's a really different type of game.
It has weird art, too, like... It's like old school.
It's like impressionist.
30s and 40s. Yeah, it's really weird. It's cool and it fits the theme of the game, but the art is really
I would not
odd.
say 30s and 40s. I would say it is like Baroque, like romantic.
Yeah, I guess it's
old period paintings. Like there's.
I think they are actually paintings.
Yeah. So there's like these medieval type of painting artwork. There's these like impressionist type landscapes. Like it's
really nice,
beautiful and odd in the setting, but it still is really pretty. So
158.
Fantastica needs more love.
Next up is number 157, and this is a family or kids version, however you want to look at it, of Scythe, and it's called My Little Scythe. We'll keep this off the table because it will shake everything. Sorry. So what this is it's essentially Scythe with streamlined, simple rules that kids could play. The original version of this was a My Little Pony version. A dad and his daughter designed it like a home brew. Jamie from Stegmeyer saw it. I'm sure he tried to get the Little Pony theme and it just didn't pan out. So they went with still a cute, adorable theme with little tiny animal minis. It plays the same way. You're moving your little marker on your player board. Wherever you are, you take an action, then you move to another place to take an action. You're trying to be the first person, so another race game. You're trying to be the first person to get, I think, 4 trophies out on the board. If you can get 4 trophies out on the board before everybody else, you're the winner. And you're doing that with these cute little minis.
I know. Yeah, here's a minis game. Can you believe it that we have it on the list?
It could be cubes.
They're unpainted. So if anyone out there loves to paint minis, oh my gosh, I would love to have these painted. That would be amazing. They're so adorable. Like, and so I played Scythe. I don't know if it was.
Scythe is good.
I was not into it. But the idea, like the cuteness factor of, I mean, look at that artwork. Those animals are flippin' adorable. And like you are like getting pie.
Yeah, you're having pie fights.
Is there apple pie on this?
Yeah, it's apple pie.
It is like this, that's so.
So your war is apple pies. Kind of like VeggieTale-ish.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it is adorable.
And a lot of people are like, oh, the artwork on Scythe is so great. It's ugly and I hate it. This artwork, amazing.
It's adorable. Yeah.
Adorable. Like, just for that. And we know I'm the theme girl anyway. And I do love cute art. So I was totally sucked in by this cute little apple pie war thing you got. The stuff that you collect.
You're collecting apples and gems
Okay, I was like,
to deliver them to the castle. That's one way to get a trophy.
It's just, I wish we played it more. It is some.
It only takes like 30 minutes too. It's a huge game.
Right.
It takes like 30 minutes.
I would maybe extend it like another round or something to make it.
Yeah, you can do 5 trophies instead of 4. Like,
Right, to make it more for adults, because I don't want to play regular size. I want to play my little size.
I like regular size too, but my little size it gives you the same kind of feels
Yes.
in a smaller package. So if you want to play Scythe, but you're not sure if you would like Scythe, like the mechanisms, try this one.
Right.
You'll know if you're going to like what Scythe will offer you, because it's going to be deeper. It's going to have more stuff going on.
Right.
But if you can play this and you enjoy it, then try Scythe.
Well, and definitely, like, if you have kids or
kids, right.
people like me that are like, oh, I really want some cute artwork. I don't want to look at this boring, like, dudes on the map, Russian paintings or whatever.
Russian alternate history mechs. Yeah.
Right. Ooh, mechs. I hate mechs.
Also could be cubes.
Well, if they were cubes, I would maybe be okay with it. This is the way to go. Because I think the gameplay is fun. It's simple, but still fun. And it's absolutely adorable. So why wouldn't you? I mean, this is heavy as I'll get out.
Very good game.
It's good. So good.
157, My Little Scythe. Alright, so the last game on this segment of Jason's Top 100 Beyond the 100 with special guest Katie is number 156. And it is Ink and Gold, or if you have a fancier version, Diamant. So what this game is, it's a push your luck game. I'm a sucker for push your luck. And what you're doing is you're trying to go into this cave. Yeah. You're trying to run in, get as many gems as you can, and run out before you hit 2 of the same kind of cursed thing. Could be a snake, could be spider, fire, troll.
Is it cursed thing or just like...
Just evil things.
Bad stuff.
Bad things. So you're trying to decide how far do you want to go. If there's one of a lot of things in there, do you want to keep going and risk it?
Right.
If there's only one of one thing, should you stop anyway? Because who knows what that next card is?
Right.
So we played this a ton. We don't have it anymore. I think we gave it to one of our friends when they played it.
Because they loved it.
They like, and I can just get it again. It's not a big deal. Or play somebody else's.
Right.
So yeah, this is Push Your Luck. You have played this one too, right?
We played this
at camp
this year, and I'm terrible at it because I'm like, well, let's just see what else happens. Let's keep going. Oh, I don't care. Like, there's 5 different artifacts on there. There's 5 different bad booby traps. Let's just keep going. It's cool. It's cool.
Even though there's only 5. There's 2 of 5.
Right. So there's going to be another one.
So she's going to die.
I'm not really good with math or probability, obviously. And so then people will take, like, the treasures early. I'm like, oh, I don't have any. I'm just going to keep going. Like, it'll be fine. And it's usually not fine. So I lose really bad every time.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this game either.
But it's still kind of fun. Like, you're playing together. Like, on every turn, everyone's playing. It's not like you're waiting.
Unless you leave the cave and then you're sitting there watching.
Right.
But
Which is your
like
choice.
2 minutes.
But then you jump right back in.
Right.
So this is, again, very easy for non-gamers to get in on. Most of them like Push Your Luck. We're all gamers at heart. It's like a pretty accessible theme. This almost Indiana Jones kind of feel that a lot of people like.
And it's Alan Moon and Bruno Fedudi.
Oh, Fedudi. Alan Moon, I mean.
What's
he done? I know. I do know that. That's like one of the few publishers I did know.
Yeah. So that was Ink and Gold, number 156. We're not going to belabor that one anymore. We've talked about it a bunch of times.
That's good.
So this was the 3rd installment of the Top 100 Beyond the Top 100. We'll come back sometime. We have 10 weeks of stuff on the podcast, so we have
That's true.
like 7 more weeks to get these videos done.
Right.
So I just want to have all of these done before we hit number 1.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
So we'll come back with another. I don't even know how many we do. I just grab
like
some.
15
I just grab some and move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching this. I'm not Katie.
I'm
Jason, and yeah.
I actually am Katie.
And keep gaming.
Keep gaming, everybody. Bye.